Hi, welcome to Christina Talks Radio, How to Manifest Through Imprint Sharing. Today, I'm here with Michelle Camper, and you can find her at Fun with Fascia on Instagram and YouTube as well. So what is imprint sharing and why is it important? Today, I'm going to go over 6 bullet points of how to imprint share and manifest that imprint sharing into your life, as well as an experience. We're going to go over an experience of imprint sharing, and I'm going to walk you through and Michelle through how to do this on a regular basis. I'm Christina. Again, this is Christina Talks Radio. Our channel primarily focuses on information about human design, and this is a new share for my channel. So to start, what is imprint sharing? Imprint sharing is accessing the energy imprint of someone or something else, whether remotely, a different location in time and space, or something that is not yet manifest or that has past manifest. This is not the same as channeling. This is a totally different concept, and you can tap into the collective consciousness to do this, as well as people, places, things, items, celestial beings, and stars, and there's limitless potential for imprint sharing. So the first thing I want to go over is the first bullet point. I'm going to give the 6 of them here in a layout, and then I'll go over them. So the first is focus. The second is intent. The third is experience. The fourth is your takeaway. The fifth is grounding it in. And the sixth is the routine of it. For the focus, at the start of your imprint sharing, you may have experienced this in life and not had a terminology for it. At the start of your imprint sharing, you can go into a meditative state. Having experience and practice with meditation will really help the ability to calm your mind down. What you're going to focus then on is what you wish to focus on energetically and that imprint itself of that energy. This can be an explorative, imaginative exercise in relation to the unknown as well as the known. There may be a person, a partner, a past lover you want to draw in your future lover. You may have a message you want to externalize, and you need to find the correct entity, sources, people, or beings, or places. You can share with imprint, share with places as well, to call into your being or learn from past experiences in history as well. Where you focus is going to draw in what content you're going to be sharing your imprint with those imprints or that imprint. The second bullet point is make sure you know your intent. Your intent is communicated energetically without words, without needing to be with a person, place, or thing, and across all time and space. Making sure that your intent is good and not harmful is essential here. Make sure that you know what you're desiring on top of and underneath that intent that you are focusing on. The intent, to know your intent, is to know your outcome desired and put the energy forth into that intent. And I want to remind you that through imprint sharing, your body will naturally do this at times, and you may be unaware that you are doing this and may be unaware of your intent. The holistic whole of totality is able to empower you through imprint sharing. The third bullet point is your experience. And today we're going to touch on with Michelle, her experience of an imprint sharing that she shared with me that was absolutely beautiful and totally different than the way I experience these happenings. When you go into an experience, if you are intentionally focusing and going into this experience, recognizing that going in with no expectations is essential. Having no expectations will allow you to align to the correct trajectory and purpose that you have, not only inside of your human design, whatever your cross in human design is, your purpose in life, but also drawing in flow state of yourself and others, and the knowledge you seek and the support and expansion you seek. Or if you seek to help others, to empower others through your experience. Having no expectation will allow you to see clearly what is, with no meaning attached to it. Be open to receive the unknown is going to be essential, and allowing it to almost fall upon you, almost as a contemplation exercise, like the gene keys or contemplation exercises. Let it fall upon you. So Michelle has had an experience that she has shared with me, And I would love for her to share it with you here as well. For those of you, again, that don't know, her handle is Fun with Fascia on Instagram. She does work and know the communities in some of the human design communities. She's part of Human Garage as well as Serious Joy. So Michelle, I'd love to hear, what experience did you have and what was that like for you?
Thanks for asking, Christine. I had an experience during a Reiki session, and I'm new to a human design. I had my first reading a week ago. I'm still learning to understand, but I do have someone that I connect well with for energy work. And when I'm done, I always feel more connected to my inner being and more relaxed, more purposeful. So I once a month do a session, and it's only 30 minutes long. And this was just yesterday. I squeezed it in between a Zoom call. So I know I was awake when this happened, but it feels like a dream. It was very powerful. And like you said, there was no expectation because I didn't know that this could happen. I was completely unaware that this was a thing. So I went into my Reiki session. I laid down. I did my breathing. I do regularly meditate. So there is that I had that base. And I laid down, and right away I felt my body wrapped in something, just gently but wrapped. And the only thing exposed was my head. And I could feel the energy coming right out of my head. And I did set an intention before that to just have better communication with my higher self so I can learn how to self-love myself and let other things fall away. I feel very spinny. I'm spinning. So I went into this meditative state. I was laying down, my head was exposed. And as I was laying there, felt um it felt like sparkles lift up off my body. And I recognized it that my frequency was lifting off of me. And my humanness went, oh, wow, this must be what it's like when you leave your body to go somewhere else. Wow. And I opened my eyes a little bit. I saw I was still there, but then I also saw the sparkles. So I closed my eyes again, and I was immediately transported to the ocean, deep, deep, deep into the ocean. I came upon a whale who was waiting for me. My human body was the size of his eye. So he was a big whale. And he proceeded to have a conversation with me um, about the way we process our thinking, and that I have done enough processing. He almost like when you clear off a desk, like enough, and you throw everything off. He's like, enough of this, enough of this. 75% of the things that you're thinking about, let them go. You've already done all the work. You've already done all the self-care. Let it go. So that was really, I felt my old self just leave myself forcefully, like, done, you're done with this. And then I had a little bit of a silly but odd conversation where the whale told me that they have a job and they have to use their sonar to frequency to settle the earth, to keep it safe, to keep, there was a big job for these whales, and that the pollutants in the water, and I'm not an extremist by any matter of like need to activist, but the what I was shown was that the water is filled with fabric fibers that are plastic from polyester clothes and all that stuff in the water. And the whale was saying, we have twice as much work to do, but we still have to do it. They're not getting paid anymore, but they still have all this work to do to clean out the ocean. And stop worrying about all the other stuff, because we need your frequency to connect, and enough with all the other stuff. There are maybe 6 out of every 100 things that are things that I do need to work on, and that everyone has their own 6 suitcases to unpack, but the other 94, they gotta go. So it was pretty powerful. But the funny part was when he kind of was joking about all the work they have to do and starting a whale union. So
I
it
love
was fun and powerful and beautiful
it.
and
It's
silly.
fun and powerful and beautiful to listen to your expression of this, which is why it was important to me to share this on my channel, because the imprint sharing is something that we are consciously experiencing as a collective. And if you're grounded in your design and your strategy and authority, or your type and authority in human design, or if you happen to have that without knowing what human design is, you're able to experience this. And hearing this is moving, was moving, and continues to be moving for me. The bullet point number 3 for this experience of imprint sharing is the takeaway. In the takeaway, you recognize the desire of this present moment, because imprint sharing is an eternal experience, recognizing that we are finite beings in a physical form, having a physical material experience while also being part of the infinite and transcending time and space and consciousness as the humans that we are. So your takeaway is something that is a desire, a want, and goal, but basically a desire of the present with the future intent, recognizing your present desire again with that future intent. And Michelle, you had shared with me as well a takeaway that you had, and I'd love for you to share that. What was your takeaway? How did you and what did you take away from that so far, thus far?
So far, yes, it's been less than 24 hours. Again, it's very surreal, but my takeaway was immediate understanding that there's a pattern of comfort of working on myself, of journaling, and that not everything needs to be journaled, not everything needs to be worked through. I've done it. We've done the work. That was 3D life, or whatever, because again, I'm new to all of this. I was teaching Sunday school a year ago. And now I'm in a place where I'm just understanding there's such a bigger picture. There's so much more, and that to sit and focus on what's wrong and how to get better, I don't need to do that anymore. And to stop wasting, I'm literally wasting my time and energy that is needed for, frequency development, whatever that happens to mean, is where my new focus is. It's let it go. I can let things go now. It's so much more than I could before. Just, oh, that's not something I need to worry about anymore. It was a huge takeaway, and it was the weight has lifted off my shoulders.
You had mentioned as well, I think, and as here as well, that you had done a Reiki session that before or after this. Was that before or
This
after?
was during.
During. So you had this experience with another person working on you energetically. Okay, that's amazing. That brings us to the next point of ground. The next bullet point of grounding it in. So having somebody physically there is important. To ground in your physical reality is the goal of grounding. And finding a process that works for you, Michelle, and for those that are watching this, finding a process for you that allows you to actualize what has happened during this imprint sharing into your physical reality. So I'm curious, I'm not sure that you had a physical experience of somebody grounding it into you. This was not something you did on your own. So it already has been physically grounded to a degree?
To a degree. I did a little practice afterwards. I went barefoot outside. I used a flow rope. I imagined the waves and the water and the energy, and I stayed connected to it while grounding my feet into the earth.
So that is an excellent example, a couple of examples of grounding in, and how you've already taken steps to do that alongside having the physical experience, as well as the physical grounding can be as complicated as sharing a blog, as creating content, as teaching and leading, as hosting a group event, having in-person events. And it can be as mundane as making your bed and doing your laundry every day with that focus, intent, experience, takeaway, ground. And then the next step is the routine, having a routine in your daily life that allows you to daily, weekly, and monthly ground in this experience in general. For viewers, you do not have to believe in God or a higher power. However, for this experience, recognizing that there is a hierarchy in life, there are absolutes, and we are not in charge of those. That something outside of us is in charge of that. So having admiration in this during this routine and during this process for God, for that which is greater than us, is essential. And then looking at your daily routines, as Michelle, you had expressed, you got to go out and walk in the grass and making time for that and ground it in that way. Is that something that you would want to do daily, weekly, monthly, or is there an area where you could create a routine or a ritual to ground in this message?
I do believe that the flow rope, which I try and do, 4 or 5 times a week, now puts when I'm doing it, I'm thinking of the flow of the water and the job of the whales. And then on a daily, just as problems come up, I'm reminded by the whale, nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. So it is in my life, and I do process with the flow rope, and I do plan on getting some kind of whale artwork that I can look at, because it's a profound experience. It was one of the best experiences of my life. And I kept thinking it was a dream, but it really happened between two Zoom calls that I was on that day, and it was real. It really happened. And I'm so thankful for a community and a friend that I can tell this story to that does not think I'm crazy.
Well,
So thank you for that.
we so appreciate you as well. When you start having these experiences, it can be isolating, especially when you don't know what's happening and don't know what's going on, which brings me back to what the creation for you all here, my community and the community of YouTube, on how to manifest in relation to imprint sharing. Grounding these things in your routine is going to manifest in your outer reality. For those of you that don't know, Michelle is a manifesting generator. She has emotional authority and she has so much power in her design, including the channel of manifestation of the materialism from the 21 to the 45. And we both share that activation, as I am a manifester design type myself, with as well with ego, with splenic knowing. If you've loved this and you want more content, please do check out Fun with Fashion on Instagram, shortly to be on YouTube if it isn't already. As well, you can check out free groups and information at Holistic Human Design on Facebook as well. There are the groups Human Design Parents, Human Design Study Group, it used to be known as Human Design Tribe, and holistichd.com is my website. If you want to reach me, I book one-on-one. I book with my network through one-on-one communication. My website is holistichd.com. You can find my contact information and email there if you'd like to reach out, or you can find me on Facebook at Holistic Human Design, as well as my public Facebook page, Christina Kelley. I would love to connect with you all more, and I'd love to hear if you have experience of this, if you'll put this in comments below. And as usual, if you like and subscribe, that energetically recognizes not only the video, but your want to learn more about this in this world. As well as subscribing to this channel, put your energy forth into this video, into your life in a routine way that allows the imprint from this video to manifest and continue to grow in your life. Then this is Christina Talks Radio. I hope you all had a wonderful experience, and thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing about your story.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
May peace be with you, whomever you are, whenever you are, wherever you are.